Saturday we're going to be live, or I'm going to be live. Champions League Final, PSG versus Inter Milan. So come and lock in for that one as well. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, be here for that. What are we thinking? Like, you feel like this could have an impact on the Ballon d'Or? You feel like, you know, PSG have yet to win the Champions League. This is the big one for them. They've been playing saucy football. Obviously, they got past us to get to the final.
I can't lie. If you asked Luis Enrique at the quarterfinal stage, the one team he wouldn't have wanted to play, he would have probably told you Inter Milan.
Yeah.
When he was watching Barca versus Inter, he probably was praying to play Barca. Because Inter Milan are a team that will win a game and not care about how they look. They're just going to try and win it.
Yeah.
A few seasons ago, Inter got to the final. And if it wasn't for Lukaku, they probably would have had a great chance of winning.
Yeah.
I feel like you can't... The way PSG play football, I just don't think it suits Inter Milan. I just don't think... the way Inter Milan play football, I don't think it suits PSG at all.
Yeah.
I just don't think so.
It's out and out attack versus defence. It's the best attack between PSG and Barcelona for the best attack in the Champions League, and then Inter for the best defence.
No, but even just best defence, but the best grit. Like, they had to play a different way of play, but they showed character against Barcelona.
Yeah.
They showed a great level of character. That, for me, is the difference.
They've both been in finals in recent years as well.
Facts.
So, I mean, I think PSG were in the final a few years ago against
Bayern. Yeah.
Inter, like you say, they were in the final against Man City. So they've both been there. They've both just been so close. But Inter have got over the line in the past. And obviously, PSG have yet to get over the line. So this would be could this be a turning point for PSG going forward? If PSG can go and win this, because every year...
It all depends on how long Luis Enrique stays there.
You think it's down to the manager?
100%. It's always down to the manager, bro. Like, look at what Inzaghi's done with Inter, bro. Wait, did Inter win the league?
No,
Napoli won it. Napoli won it, innit? By a point, innit?
With your balls.
And Maman won, he won Player of the Season. McTominay.
Yeah. They love him over there. But yeah, like with this Champions League final, I think, you know, if PSG were to win it, Inter have a great legacy of winning Champions Leagues. They've won it before. You know, and when you go into a new Champions League season, you know, Arsenal and PSG's a bit better than us, but like, you know, we're teams that people think you could probably go deep in this tournament, but you're probably not going to win it, but you can go deep. Whereas Inter, Barca, Madrid, they've got more of that heritage of these are the guys you're looking at.
Liverpool.
I think City less. City have won one, but like Liverpool, I would say more so for the Champions League specifically. Premier League, we look at City and think it's probably yours to lose. But Inter, Liverpool, Madrid, those teams you look at and go, you know, you've got solid heritage in this competition. Could one win, like you just said, Man City, and that's exactly the point I'm making. Could one win from PSG put them into that conversation? Because now we look at Man City and go, yeah, Man City maybe, you know, they're in there, but they've only won one.
Yeah, facts.
Do you know what I mean?
I mean, even Chelsea's won more.
Chelsea's won 2.
Yeah, I think Luis Enrique though, it really is about how long he's willing to stay. I just think though, like, if you were to put a gun to my head, who do I think is going to win that game? I'd probably tell you Inter Milan, bro.
Yeah.
I actually think Inter Milan's going to win it because I actually feel like when the chips are down, I think that's going to be a tough game. And I feel like the issue that PSG have had thus far is that you didn't really give them much of a competition. Liverpool did, but you lot didn't really lay a glove on them. And neither has anybody laid a glove on them in the league.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Whereas Inter's had a tough league campaign. They've been fighting all the way through. Yeah. When you fight Barca and when you play Barca and you win against Barca, you in your mind you feel no one can beat me.
Yeah.
No, you're going into that game almost with the handbrake up. PSG thinking I already got it.
Like you look at like Barcelona's team, two players in there, Yamal and Rafinha, that people think are on the shortlist for Ballon d'Or and should be winning Ballon d'Ors and stuff like that, and you managed to get through them. Do you know what I mean? You know, you've got
in the most entertaining and character building way possible.
Was it 7-6 on aggregate in the end?
Yeah, and not only that, you literally had to come back from behind multiple times in both games.
Yeah.
You know, he showed great character. And I'm like, bro, I just don't think PSG's had to do it, bro. Because I don't think it's going to come down to ability, bro. Rarely does finals come down to one team being better than the other. It's about who can hold their nerve and who's got bottle. Yeah. That's what it really comes down to. Yeah. Rarely is when was the last time we saw a final where one team was just significantly better than another?
Yeah. It doesn't really happen, yeah.
Rarely does that happen. And I just genuinely feel like it's going to come down to character.
Yeah. Yeah.
If Inter does win it though, who do you think is going to win? PSG or Inter?
I'm leaning PSG. They're just so like, you know, they haven't been battle hardened the same way that Inter have been battle hardened, but they're so clean. Their midfield, yeah, is the best midfield we've played against. I've not seen a team like just thumping balls into the feet of a player.
That is a mad line, bro.
But like just driving passes into the midfield. They go from defense to attack so fast. It's insane. And they turn the Inter's different because Inter have I don't know, like they've both got attacking fullbacks, but like Dumfries and that like to run with the ball. Whereas like Hakimi and that don't run with the ball. They run without the ball.
What?
So
Yeah,
they pump the ball into Dembele. And for me, a good player, we at Arsenal are not a bad team, but we struggle to have players. I can't think of that many players that can receive the ball on the half turn. A good player for us is they take one touch. If Ødegaard can take one touch to stop the ball and another touch to turn, that's good. They do it. Vitinha, Neves, Dembele, they all do that. Kvaratskhelia, they all do that in one motion. Receive and turn and gone so fast, and then the fullbacks come with them, and suddenly you're like, brother, there's bare man attacking me, bro. It's like trying to beef a Mali on the high road. It's like, bro, all of a sudden there was one brother, and now there's 7 Abdis. Like, where did it come from? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it's like playing PSG. It was, I'd never seen anything like it, honestly. And the amount of goal scorers they've got in their side, they just look like everyone can score a goal.
Facts.
Everyone in their team can score a goal.
And I get that impression about Inter though.
And I feel like Inter, I know they haven't won the league, but I feel like they're more obviously the Barca game is the game. Like the Barca leg, I hear it. But PSG feel more set up to go and outscore their opponent, which I know we've seen with Inter Milan. Maybe I'm being emotional because Arsenal lost to PSG and I've seen it. But I don't know, man. I'm leaning towards PSG.
Yes, fair. So, I mean, if PSG do win it, the Ballon d'Or has to go to Dembele, probably.
You think so?
He's had a terrific season, bro.
When was the last time the Ballon d'Or went to someone in the French league?
When was the last time the Ballon d'Or went to someone who didn't win the Champions League?
Yeah.
Rodri, but he won the Euros.
Did Modric win the Champions League?
Yeah.
Did he? Oh, fair enough.
And he got Croatia to the final of the Euros.
Yeah.
On the World Cup.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So most of the time, the person who wins the wins the Ballon d'Or is Messi won it, but less said about it's Messi, innit? But
I'll never turn my back on the boy, so you really can do no wrong as far as I'm concerned, Messi. But I hear you though, yeah.
I mean, who can win on if Inter win the
people talk about Rodri? Rafinha. Rafinha meant to be in that conversation. Rafinha and Yamal in that conversation.
I mean, they won the Spanish league,
Salah,
La Liga.
Salah in that conversation.
Not for me.
No,
not for me. For me, I don't even know. Like, it would be difficult not to. You got to look at our Inter play. Inter would have won the treble, no? No, they lost it. PSG would have won the treble, no? They would have won the treble.
Yeah. In the French league, though.
It's still the treble, bro.
No, I hear you. I'm just wondering how much. I'm not discrediting.
They almost went undefeated, bro. They almost went invincible, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you got to give it some. If they win, you got to give it to someone from PSG.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, if
Dembele were to win the Ballon d'Or, the great like redemption arc for him, who was seen as like a bit of a flop and a bit of injury problems, is mad.
And when he went to PSG, it was almost like why
it was like a semi-retirement.
Yeah.
Especially because Mbappe was leaving. So when Mbappe and Neymar left and Messi left, it felt like. Okay, they're kind of done. Like, do you know what I mean? But actually, what they did is they did away with the superstars and they built more of a cohesive.
That's what I'm hoping United can do. I'm hoping.
Can't compare United to PSG.
I'm hoping. You never know, bro. And Mbuemo might be winning the Ballon d'Or in 2 seasons. I'm joking.
So you're leaning towards Inter.
Yeah.
I'm leaning towards PSG. I mean, you thought United was you sat
I'm
here.
I'm a United fan, though.
You sat here and said you were convinced United were going to win the Europa League, and they were absolutely.
What do you want me to say?
Doubt.
What did you want me to say? Do you want me to say that we're not going to? I'm like you with boxing predictions. You know when, yeah. You know when you make a prediction, you have to go all out. You have to go all out. You can't sit on the fence, bro.
We'll be live on Saturday. Like the video,
facts.
subscribe to the channel.